Hello and welcome to our new video, day 13 of 100 Grammar with Mariia. Today, our lesson is a little bit different. We start with a quote, as always, but we are going to speak about words and where you can find the meaning of the word and how you can change the word so you can have different word forms. And how can you know that this noun, when we speak about nouns, is an uncountable noun or a countable noun? Or what ending should we add to this verb? You don't have to know everything, but you have to know where you can find this information. Let's start with this quote. Impossible is a word to be found in the Dictionary of Fools. This is what Napoleon Bonaparte believed in. The word impossible is marked. We are going to work with this word a little bit. And then we have another word, dictionary. Before we dive into dictionaries and where you can find these words, let's speak about the differences between the word dictionary and the word vocabulary. You can say that these two words are quite similar, but there is a huge difference. Could you help me and tell what vocabulary means and what is the difference between these two words, vocabulary and dictionary? So vocabulary.
Vocabulary is basically what you know, which words you know, and dictionary, it's all the English words in a book.
You have a point there. So vocabulary is different, let's say, depending on the person. So you have this amount of words, you use them when you explain, when you speak English, let's say in this case. You can say you have poor vocabulary. So you have to enrich it. You have to add some other words, maybe some synonyms and so on. But dictionary is the full list of all words which exist in this language. Let's say in English. At first, when you start working with English, you start working with the dictionaries which help you to translate the word from your own language, or you can say your native language, or you can say your mother tongue, to English. And you start with easy words like nouns. We've talked about nouns, maybe adjectives, which describe nouns, or maybe verbs. So simple words. And you describe and you translate them, and then you try to make a sentence or ask a question. But in the process of learning a new language, at some point you have to start working with dictionaries. In this case, with English dictionary. So what do we say where can we find these words? Like what dictionaries exist and you can use online, especially. You don't need to have these huge books that you have to carry with you all the time. So dictionary. You always say if you want to find the word in the dictionary, you can say you can look up this word in the dictionary. And if you want to understand what this word means, especially when you work with abstract nouns, let's say, you don't understand what this word means. You need to find the definition of this word or the meaning of this word. So all this information about parts of speech, about the meaning of the word, and some examples where this word can be used are given in these dictionaries. So now I'm going to open a few online dictionaries which you can use when you work with English. The one that I like the most is the Dictionary of Contemporary English, Longman Dictionary. How you search for these dictionaries? It's very simple. You can start with Google, let's say, and in this search box, you just write the word Longman Dictionary, and the first or the second link will be this dictionary. So you just open it, and then you accept all cookies and everything that what they want. And then you're here. You search the word you want, and I told you that we are going to work with the word impossible. So let's work with this word. The first thing, what you see is the pronunciation of this word. So if you do not know how to read this word, you can read it. Remember, here we have these sounds. Impossible. If you do not read this, if you cannot read it, you can listen to this pronunciation when you click on this button. Then we spoke about definitions, what the word means. Look, number one, the word is explained. Something that is impossible cannot happen or be done. Then you have another definition and another definition. We are going to work with these as well. But there is another thing. Here, you have something. What is it? If you read this, here you have
adjective.
Adjective. What's it about? Not a noun, not a verb, an adjective. It's another part of speech. So in our next video, we're going to speak about different parts of speech. But here you have this clue already. It's an adjective, you know that. And then here we have something, word family. When you work with a language, very often you need to change the word somehow. So instead of using an adjective, you want to use a noun. Can you read me these nouns which you can use, which are based on this word impossible?
Possibility.
Yep.
Impossibility. The impossible. Possible.
That's right. Do you know what this means, what this sign means?
I don't know.
The opposite. The opposite. So the antonym, we can say the opposite word, or the meaning of the word, like possibility, impossibility. Then we have some adjectives. Here we have possible, impossible. So understand, we have this word, which is the complete opposite of this word, impossible. And then we have even adverbs here. Here we have
possibly and impossibly.
You're right. And you notice adjectives adding the. We'll speak about adverbs some other time, but just for your information. Okay, very good. So now I want to show you what else you can find in online dictionaries, like English Dictionary. So we've talked about this word family, about the meaning, definitions, and how you read the word. And these definitions, I told you, this is only number one. There are some other definitions. If you move down, you see another definition. So this word can mean another thing. And there are examples. You can listen to these examples.
Helen's refusal to cooperate put me in an impossible position.
And then we have some other grammar rules here, mistakes which often are made. And then we have collocations here. Look, phrases which you can use, prepared phrases which are often used with this word. You see the examples as well. But the thing that I like the most is thesaurus, this part. You cannot always find this part, but with simple words which have many other words like word family, you can find these thesauruses. So thesaurus. So what is it? In fact, this is a list of synonyms, words which mean almost the same thing. When you speak or when you write, you have to vary your vocabulary. You hear that very often. How can you do that? If you know the word impossible and you need to use it again, it's better for you to look this word up in this thesaurus part and then find another word. For example, unthinkable. Maybe a word that you can use in your writing piece. We have some other examples and so on. So it's very important for you to look through the structure of these dictionaries, and there are some other dictionaries. So I showed you this one, and I think that these definitions are quite simple and it's easy to understand the meaning of the words. We have some other online dictionaries. Like here you have Cambridge Dictionary. It looks almost the same. You do not have only word family. And then you have the definition and these examples and more examples and so on. You can have another dictionary like Oxford Dictionary, almost the same. So here you need to look up the word, of course. One more thing that I wanted to show you about nouns. I know we worked quite a lot with uncountable nouns, and we worked with different groups of nouns, and I showed you how you can remember these different groups of nouns. I gave you some tips. But how can you really know if the word is a countable noun or uncountable noun if there is no teacher who can help you or you forgot those groups? So let's take a noun and let's see what information you can find in an online dictionary. So can you give me a noun, please? Any noun that comes to your mind?
Carry.
Carrot?
Yeah.
Carrot. Here you see a noun. And here comes this information. It can be both countable and uncountable. It depends on the context, in what sentence you use this word. Wait, what is the plural form of this word if you use it as a countable noun?
Carrots.
Carrots. You just add simple S. Very good. Let's take another word, another noun, which is uncountable. Anything with your feelings or abstract nouns?
Advice.
Advice, a very good word. You've been working with it quite a lot. Advice. You recognize word family and everything, but we are interested in this part, uncountable. So this reveals you this information. Uncountable, you do not have any plural form of this word. You don't see any plural forms. If the word has some special forms, for example, in plural forms, let's say this, woman, a simple word, a woman, you'll always see this plural form given here in this online English dictionary. Look, plural, women, and it's even written how you read this part, women. So what I want to tell you, you don't have to really remember everything, all rules, everything you learn, but you have to know where you can find this information. So your homework is look up a few words that you would like to know the definition of or know how you can use them. Make sentences by looking at the examples here, but make your own sentences. And look for some other synonyms in the thesaurus part. Do that and see you next time.